Sometimes when we create a table in Word, we need to add formulas to calculate certain results in that table. I'm going to press Control End, END, to go to the end of my document, and I'd like to create a table, so I'll go to the Insert tab in my ribbon and click the Table button. I might just ask for a 4x1 table, and then I'll proceed to type. Now let me just zoom in a little bit so you can see more clearly what I'm working with in this table. I'm going to type the headings, which are item, quantity, price, and total. When I press the Tab key past the last cell, I generate a new row. So I'm going to type some items such as fabric, which I have 60 of, at a price of $15.65. Tab then allows me to put wallpaper, and I have 10 rolls of that, and that's at 21. And tab for carpet, 500. 65.99, and then we have lighting and 24, 20.60, and lastly the word total. Now also there's dollar signs in front of each of these, so I'll click in front of the first one, type a dollar sign, then go down and to the left and press F4, which is my repeat key. Whenever I press F4, it repeats my last action, which was to insert a dollar in front of that number. What we can now do is we can put some formulas into this table to grab the first quantity and multiply it by the first price. Now the first quantity is sitting in a cell, and that cell is the intersection of column A, B, column B, and row 1, 2. The rows are numbered, the columns are lettered. This is in the second column, so it's B, and it's in the second row, so it's 2, B2. This is in the third column, so it's C, and row 2, so it's C2. So let's go across to here, and on the Table Tools Layout tab in the ribbon, to the far right, I'm going to click the Formula button. Now the formula I'd like to put in is, take out this and keep the equals, is B2 times C2. Now it's not case sensitive, so I don't have to type it in capitals, and multiply or times is an asterisk or a star. Now I'd also like to show the result with a format that includes a dollar sign at the beginning, so I'll choose this number format and OK, and straight away 60 times $15.65 is $939. To put the next formula in, I have to go down and I have to hit the formula button again. And I'll remove everything but the equals, and this time it's B3 times C3. And I want to apply a number format that includes a preceding dollar sign. And OK. And there's my 210. Now you would continue to enter each formula in manually, but there is a quick way. If I press the key combination Alt F9 always reveals the code behind fields, and these are technically fields. So what I could do is I could actually tab and could copy, Control C, down arrow, Control V, down arrow, Control V, down arrow, Control V. Control V is paste and Control C is copy. So I've copied and pasted this formula into 1, 2, 3 cells. Now I have to edit it to take out the 3's and tell this formula it's B4 times C4, this one is B5 times C5, and this one is actually sum, open bracket, above. So that was a slightly faster way of going to each cell and clicking the formula button. Now to turn off the code is the same key combination, Alt F9. But because I copied and pasted the formula, I have the same result. I now need to select this table by clicking here and pressing the function key F9. F9 is update, and when I press F9, notice all of those formulas have updated. I may actually like to right align those as well, so I'm just going to right align those columns. So you can see they've automatically updated. Now if there's a change, perhaps wallpaper, we have 100 rows. Notice there was no change in the 210. It should now be 2100. So again, select the table, press F9, and that will force the formula for wallpaper to update, which then has an impact on the total, so that then updates. So Alt F9 is the key combination to view the code and to turn off the code, and F9 is your way of updating the code. Now, having put the formulas in, I may then decide that I actually want to sort this table by price. So I have my cheapest at the top, $494.40 should be at the top, which is lighting, and my most expensive at the bottom, which is carpet, $32,995. Now I don't want to include the total in any of my sorts, so I'm going to click in front of the T for total and press the key combination Control-Shift-Enter. Control-Shift-Enter will split the table in two, which is very useful sometimes. Now I can proceed to click in this first table, go to my Table Tools Layout tab in the ribbon, and use my Sort button to the far right. When I click my Sort button, Word will automatically select the entire table, so I didn't need to. It then picks up the fact that my first column is item, but if I hit this drop down, I can choose to sort by any column. So I'm going to sort by the total column, and it picks up that they're numbers, and I can sort in ascending or descending order. I'll go ascending order. It also picks up that my list has a heading row, item, quantity, price, and total. So because it recognizes my list has a header row, that header row won't be mixed up in the sort. And I'll click OK. Immediately it's sorted by total, so I have now got my 494.40 at the top and my 32,925, which is carpet, at the bottom. So you can easily sort by total. And then I might decide, actually no, I'd like to sort by item. So again, you click in the table, you go to your Sort button to the far right of Table Tools Layout, you tell it that you want to sort by the item column, it picks up its text, and I'll keep it on ascending order. When I go OK, it's automatically sorted from carpet to wallpaper, and so it keeps the information together. I'll then click in the gap that exists between the two tables and press the Delete key, and I've simply removed the gap and joined the table back together. So you may have to split the table if you want certain things to be excluded from the sort. Now the other thing you can do is, if you feel like formatting a table but you don't want to do it manually, is if I click in the table and go Table Tools Design, there is in fact a whole lot of table styles, and you can roll over them, and you'll briefly see in the background the effect of your choices or what it looks like. So I might just choose this option here. So you can quickly apply a table style to format your table. Now, for one reason or another, sometimes we want to convert a table to text and get rid of the table. I'm going to select this particular table. I'm going to copy it, click down below here, press enter a couple of times and paste it. Alright, so let's select this copy. If I go to Table Tools Layout, I have the button to the far right, Convert to Text, and it converts the table to regular text. So I'll go to choose that. Now I can separate carpet, quantity, price, and so on. I can separate each of these values either by using tab or by using a comma or some other character or even a paragraph mark. So let's say I wanted to replace it with a comma, and OK. And so basically what I've done is I've removed the table, I've converted the table to text, and I've separated each item with a comma. Now perhaps I received this information as a comma separated list, as it is now, and I want to now convert it to a table. So I'm wanting to go in the opposite direction. I'll select this list, I'll go to Insert and Table, and I have the option to convert text into a table. It wants to know what separates the text. Well, it is a comma. And when I choose comma, it deduces automatically that it will ultimately result in 4 columns and 6 rows. So I click OK. And I've automatically converted that text back to a table. So sometimes I start typing something and I use tabs to separate things, and then I get part the way through and think, actually, this would be better if it was in a table. It doesn't mean I have to delete everything. It means I have to select what I've typed so far and convert that text into a table. Now the other thing you can do is you can also link to an Excel table. The idea here, for example, is I may want to go to Object. And I'll just make sure I've got an Excel file to work with. I have. So let's go Insert in the ribbon, then go over to here and choose Object. and object again. Now what we can do is we can create it from a file, brand new. We can create brand new or create it from a file. I'm going to create it from a file and I'm going to browse for that file. I'm then going to go and find an Excel file that I've actually got. So excuse me for a second. And here's an Excel file here called Excel data, and I'll insert that. Now I can display it as an icon, but I actually want to see the data, and I can create a link so that if the data in that Excel file should change, it'll carry through to this Word document. But I'll just go OK for now. And what it does is it pulls through the Excel file and shows it as a table in Word. And here we are here. If I press Alt F9, I can actually see the code. There it is there. And if I press Alt F9 again, I'm going back. So you can actually link an Excel table as data, Excel data as a table into Word.